Fires over the middle, and it is caught by Jackson. Jackson has some speed. Crosses the 40. To the 30, 20, 15, 10-5, touchdown. Peterson back to pass, looking for Raditz downfield. Raditz has some space and makes the catch and goes in for the touchdown. Great job there. Hello everyone and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're here on this rainy, foggy night where the Quincy Presidents are getting ready to take on the Randolph Blue Devils. My name is Jonathan Clare and being joined by Jim Timmons. And Jim, this is part of the Patriot Bowl weekend in the Patriot League where teams from the Fisher Division are taking on teams for the Keenan Division. Quincy High School finished the year in 5th place in the Keenan Division, Randolph 6th place in the Fisher Division. And actually we're going to have an onside kick real quick. Ball's still loose. Randolph thinks they have it. Still waiting for a sign from the field. Randolph believes that they have it.
I'll
and
tell
Randolph
you what.
did.
Yeah, good for Randolph. They come out very aggressively and alertly. They're trying to take advantage of the the circumstances here in the opening kickoff, and they're going to begin with great field position at the Quincy 46. Super call by the coaching staff and well executed there, John.
Yeah, as I was saying this is the inaugural Patriot Bowl where teams from each division are playing the other teams. Last week when we were here at the stadium, North Quincy was trying to get to the championship game. Unfortunately, they came up on the Louisiana against Middleborough. They're going to be playing Silver Lake in the second part of this doubleheader here tonight. All right, in the shotgun snap, ball goes high over the quarterback's head. And he's going to throw it away, and we're going to have an intentional grounding call on the quarterback, number 12, Christian Lopez.
Yeah, Christian just hurled that one toward the sideline. No question there, no hesitation at all. So that's going to be an intentional grounding, as you said. That'll be a loss of down. We'll go to the field for the call.
Right at the 32-yard line. 32-yard line. Intentional grounding on the offense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Loss of down, second down.
Well, you heard it all there. The ball gets placed at the spot where the quarterback threw it from. There's a loss of down, so we're looking at second, and we're trying to calculate here. It's 27 yards.
Yeah, 27-yard penalty. So that's going to be a real tough break there for Randolph, although Quincy basically has a kickoff right there. And it is picked off there by Nguyen at the 35-yard line. Goes back to the 25 and gets tackled at the 24-yard line. Big play there by number 22 for Quincy High School. Kenny Nguyen comes up, and Quincy will get the ball right back.
Oh, yeah, we love Kenny Nguyen, number 22. Only a sophomore, and he's a young man who has played super all year for the Presidents. Well, Nguyen reacted well to the ball, and I'll tell you what, John, if Coach Reardon could have been told prior to the kickoff that after 2 plays he'd have the ball inside the Randolph 24, I'm sure he'd be delighted. So the Presidents do not pay for the laps on the opening kickoff, and here they come, 1st and 10 from inside the Randolph 25.
So a weird series of events, and there's add another one right onto that. An onside kick, a bad snap with an intentional grounding call, an interception, and now a false start in Quincy High School.
Yeah, in fairness to the boys, Quincy's in a little bit of a tough position here today. The game's starting at 4:15 on Friday. The young men have been in school all day, at least presumably. School starts about 7:30. They're up and out, so they're working on a low tank of gas as it is, and they're not going to get the little break-in they normally get on Fridays. This is an odd time to be playing, and the boys have to make an adjustment, John.
Our handoff goes to Tim Lewis over to the right side, and he's going to get about 4 yards on that play up to the 31-yard line. Excuse me, 26-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Lewis. He's been strong all year. As you said in the entree, John, this is the Patriot Bowl weekend. The big game is being played tomorrow, and it's Duxbury versus Hanover being played at Whitman Hanson. This is kind of a tournament format. Quincy's going to play first, North Quincy later tonight.
Yeah, we'll go over the full lineup of events for the Patriot Bowl weekend in a moment. Handoff goes to Lewis again to the left side, crosses 25 and gets brought down at the 23-yard line. We'll bring up now a third down and long for Quincy High School. We'll call it a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, but this is an opportunity for Quincy, which has not played Randolph this year, to get another game in this week. With Thanksgiving coming late this year, there was going to be, or there would have been, a 2-week layoff between the last game and Thanksgiving Day. So this is a bit fortuitous for Quincy. Little bit of a tune-up for them for the Thanksgiving Day game.
All right, handoff goes up the middle.
Big ball.
And going in for the touchdown, almost untouched there, number 33, Zach Manning for the Presidents. And after an onside kick recovery by Randolph, Quincy gets a turnover, and they punch it in for 6.
Yeah, Manning, the junior running back, as you said, he had a big hole, but he made a nice little move on the linebacker there to free himself up and get in. And that's great stuff by Zach Manning. Number 4, Mark Gilbody's out there for the point after. So one of the things the Quincy coaching staff, I'm sure, wanted to do is they want to get right out and jump on this Randolph squad. That's why when they won the toss, they took the kick, John. So I'm sure they're delighted with a touchdown on their first possession. And Gilbody completes it.
Great kick there by Gilbody. He was warming up before the game. He was kicking field goals from about 30 yards out with ease. So short on the extra point there, went well over the Hall of Fame memorial behind the end zone. So Quincy High School comes back out, and they're going to get a lead here, 7-0 earlier on in the first quarter. 9:07 left to go in the first.
Yeah, so they're off on the right foot, and now they will kick off. It'd be interesting to see whether they might try an onside kick, because, as we said, I'm sure that all the coaching staff at Quincy is thinking about is tuning up properly for the North Quincy game. They're going to try to get the boys out focused today to perform, try a few things, I'm sure, and see how they work, give some guys a test, some of the underclassmen against Randolph. And, pardon me, I'm sure their real focus here is on getting ready for Thanksgiving. Kicking off for the Presidents, going to be number 63, Jimmy Vo, another sophomore.
Number 63 is actually Michael Young for Quincy High School. All right, ball is loose, and it's going to be jumped on by Randolph at the 25-yard line.
I'm working off last year's roster, John was kind enough to indicate. I might join our engineer, Chris Potter, over in the mudflats of Blacks Creek. Chris got off to a rough start today. We had a power failure in the stadium just before the game started, and Chris had his frustrations, getting ready for tonight's game. We had some problems getting the tape going and everything. So
it's been a busy day at QATV here on this Friday. Our handoff goes over to the right side, and he's going to get a loss of 5 on that play. Nice job by Quincy High School to come up and make the tackle. Handoff went to number 24, Jason Toussaint, and several Quincy Presidents are up there to make the tackle.
Yeah, nice job by the President defense. They're going to look to lock up Randolph again as they did on the first possession here. Hopefully keep the field possession favorable as they did before.
So 2nd down and 14 now for the Blue Devils of Randolph. Ball spotted at their own 22-yard line. Back to pass, rolling out, looking downfield, has a man, and it is caught. Nice catch there by number 81 for Randolph, Christopher Jackson.
Yeah, well done. Jackson got free behind Anthony Raditz. Quincy using a little variation of the cover 2 there. Gozi Agugwa was a little late getting over there. Raditz was tempted to get up. The quarterback was rolling out and coming up Anthony's sideline. He was heading in that direction. And I think Anthony was focused a bit on the quarterback and missed the fact that a receiver came into the zone behind him. And well executed by Randolph. Their first big play offensively here.
All right,
Another
Christian
problem with
Lopez, the
snap.
quarterback, it was over to his left. He's going to hold and run it. And big hit there by Quincy High School. Ed Joliker comes up to make the tackle. However, Lopez gets up into Quincy territory to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he did a nice job of reacting there. Having a little problem with the center on the shotgun snaps there, John. But a nice job of reacting by the Randolph quarterback. Our statistician, Martin Dunham, is predicting dire things tonight for Randolph, John. He feels that Quincy's going to handle them comfortably. And thus far, it's looked like Quincy should be in another tough snap.
All right, here Ricky Agbani gets the handoff over to the left side. It was a high snap, but Lopez did a nice job of jumping up and bringing it down. And due to the high snap, Agbani is going to get no gain on that play. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Lopez is a junior, and he's very athletic. He's done a nice job. Just unfortunately, his display of athleticism has been handling the snaps from the center. So you know you're in trouble when that's the case. What was the score in the North and Randolph game, John?
Let's see. North Quincy beat Randolph 34-6. That was the Thursday before Halloween on the 30th of October that they were here at the stadium. Martin was down here scouting out the game for us to give us all some of the stats on that game and give us a heads up on Randolph, and happened to work out well with Quincy playing them here today.
James Nguyen in on the hit there, right at the first down marker. But Randolph is able to pick up another first down. They've got a little mini drive going on here, John. It's a good test for the President defense.
All right, so they do pick up the first down. Like you said, first down and 10 at the Quincy High School 41-yard line.
And this type of scenario is good for the boys. It helps them get focused early in case they came out a little flat.
All right, another bad snap. Lopez is going to dive on it. Ball's still loose.
Great job.
Ball's still loose. Quincy's trying to pick it up and run with it. And looks like they do pick it up. Number 30 comes up with the recovery, Stephon Davis.
Great job by Davis, but we missed. I wish we had a replay capability. That may come as more volunteers pour into the truck tonight, but I don't know who the first guy to get on the ball was. He did a great job of keeping the ball live. First Quincy player. They cover the fumble, and it's going to be President's ball, 1st and 10, this time just outside the 25. They started last time at the 24. Today it's going to be at the 26. That looked a little like the play last night, John, in the Patriots game when the snap went beyond Castle. He was not looking at the time.
Yeah. All right, so Quincy takes over deep in Randolph territory. As you said, Jim, at the Randolph 26-yard line. Quarterback for Quincy High School comes out, Lance Peterson, looking down to the left side, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Mark Gilbody, and Gilbody laid out for it, but just went over his hands.
Yeah, Gilbody is a guy who can really run. He's a terrific athlete, actually, period. He's the guy who kicks extra points. He can kick field goals. We recall the last time we covered Quincy, Gilbody banging the upright from, what was that, about 37 yards out. I mean, he really can kick the ball. He competed with Peterson last year for the quarterback spot. Well, there, he got out in the flat and was open. He was behind the defender from Randolph, and they just missed the connection.
All right, Tim Lewis on the carry, across the 20 over to the 15, gets up to the 10-yard line. Great run there by Tim Lewis, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal for Quincy High School.
Yeah, he's inside the 10 at about the 8. Lewis looking like a man among boys out there. Quincy line just blasting Randolph off the ball. And looks like Randolph's going to get a timeout. They're going to try and regroup here before this game gets away from them. This could be a nice afternoon for Quincy, John. Give them a little affirmation prior to the Thanksgiving game that they, in fact, have a solid program. They've played very well all year, and they have several tough losses. Why don't you review them quickly?
Yeah, Quincy High School, they come to this game with a record of 3-6, 1-4 in the Keenan division, but it's a very deceiving record of 3-6. Their first few games of the year, the first 2 games of the year, they lost by 1 point. They lost here at the stadium to Cohasset in overtime, and then they went down to Canton and lost in the rain by a score of 8-7. So 2 1-point losses to start off the season. And then, Jim, you mentioned the game against Scituate. They had an opportunity to win the game at the end. Unfortunately, the field goal hit the upright, and they lost that game by 1 point, 14-13. So 3 games by 3 points lost total that combined. So Quincy's been in a lot of their games. They also had a 1-point victory against Rockland. They won that game 7-6. Won a game against Whitman Hanson 3-0. And then they played a couple of good teams in the Keenan division, Duxbury and Silver Lake. Played them very well, had tough games, couldn't come out on top, but they played them very well. So Quincy High School, they have had a very good season, just their record doesn't show it.
Yeah, it's very interesting for us tonight. We're going to see Quincy play Randolph, which North has played, and then later we're going to see North play Silver Lake, which, as you said, Quincy has played. So give us a little taste of what's to come.
Our handoff goes to Tim Lewis, and he is taken out there. Nice tackle by Randolph. Try to get the number. It looks like it was number 3 on the tackle, Binyam Adhanom.
Who was that?
That was Binyam Adhanom, number 3 for Randolph.
All right, very good. Binyam did a nice job there. As you said, he was buried. I don't think Lewis even saw him.
No, I don't think so,
Lewis was looking at all the green space in front of him, and suddenly a hand wiped out his lower leg there, and he was down. So,
second down and goal now for the Presidents. Line up in an I formation. Gilbody goes wide left, and they're going to hand off to Lewis. He crosses the 5, and he goes in untouched for the touchdown. Tim Lewis puts another 6 points on the board for Quincy.
Yeah, replication of the first touchdown there. Great hole at the point of attack. And the running back accelerated through. There you see on the right of the screen, Lewis getting a little high five from Coach Reardon. But a great run by Lewis, accelerating all the way through. Tim, another guy on this squad who's, I'm sure, looking forward to Thanksgiving Day. Gilbody will attempt the point after.
Anthony Ratz will do the holding. Good snap, good kick. It's up, and it looks like it's going to hit the upright, and it's going to go wide to the left. He hit the very top of the upright, so the PAT is no good. Quincy still has the lead, though, 13-0.
Yeah, we should mention that Quincy High School's special teams, as far as the point afters go, they use John Parry as a snapper, and he has done a great job all year. It's a special job, special position. Raditz is the holder, Anthony Raditz, a guy we've talked a lot about. Very talented athlete. And normally you put your best athlete in the holder position. They got to have good hands. They got to be able to react. And the Parry-Raditz connection has set things up very well for the strong leg Mark Gilbody this year, John.
All right, so Quincy gets ready to kick off. Michael Young will be doing the kicking for the Presidents.
Little squibber.
It's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line by the Blue Devils. And cannot go anywhere. Nice coverage downfield by the Presidents. Stayed in their lanes and able to make the tackle. It looks like it's actually Young who made the tackle.
Yeah, Michael Miranda, a wide receiver for Randolph. He was one of the up men for the kicking team. He got the ball and was a little hesitant there. We just got word from the truck. We've got a replay. Watch the coverage on this one. You're going to see Miranda pick up the ball. Now watch him just hesitate a little bit, and that's all that the special teams needed as they converge on him. There's the hesitation. Now you're going to see the sea of blue shirts wipe out Miranda. Great job on special teams.
All right, back to live action now, and a handoff goes over to the left side, and they're going to lose 2 yards on that play. Also down there for Quincy High School on that tackle on the kickoff was number 83, James Wilbur. Looked like he actually made the initial hit, and Young came in to help out. They're going to say a loss of only 1 on that play, so they'll go to the 31-yard line. Second down and 11 now for Randolph. 4:32 left to go in the first quarter. Should mention that when we set up for the game earlier today, Jim, it was a heavy missed out, so that's why we do not have clock cam up and running right now for everyone watching at home.
We'll have to be mindful of that and keep our viewers informed. Oh, nice move.
Agbani, nice spin move like you said, and he's going to pick up the first down for Randolph. Made a spin move 2 yards deep and then breaks 3 to pick up the first down. So gain of 11, and Randolph moves the chains.
Yeah, Ricky Agbani is the real deal. He's one of the captains. He's a senior 5'9", 165-pound running back. And guys who are built like that are hard to stop, John. But he made a super move. He got up through the hole, spun out at the first linebacker contact with a nice gain. First down, Randolph.
Our handoff goes to the right side. Pitch goes to the right side, excuse me. And getting it up to the 50-yard line. It was number 44, Amar Gamble, on the carry.
Well, Randolph trying to settle things down a bit. Good decision by the coaching staff. Randolph is coached by Joe Cotton. And I think what he's trying to do here, John, is just settle the offense down. They've got the quarterback under center, which is the adjustment you make when you're having the miscues that Randolph has had. They're going back to some basic running, trying to make something happen here. Nice job by the Presidents on pursuit. Tim Lewis over there. If you watch the replay here, Lewis lines up on the left side, and watch him follow right down the line and make the tackle. Great job by Tim Lewis.
Handoff there went to Ricky Agbani, and he went nowhere. As you said, Tim Lewis on the tackle. Timeout down the field called by Randolph. So 2 minutes and 43 seconds in the first quarter left to go. Quincy on top by a score of 13-0. This is the first game of a back-to-back doubleheader here at the stadium today. Quincy taking on Randolph, and then starting shortly after this game, will be North Quincy versus Silver Lake.
When is that game going to start?
Shortly after this game.
All right. Very good.
All right, Lopez back to pass, and nice job by Presidents. All kinds of people there to give him pressure. Coming up, number 17, Pat Fernandez, made him rush. Also number 55 for Quincy High School, Derek Andrews.
Yeah, and then out on the coverage, Captain Sean Gray, number 7. He's the guy who knocked that one down. So great job by the President defense. Couple of big runs by Randolph, but then the Presidents tightened their chin straps, stiffened right up on D. And now Randolph's going to punt. And back deep for the Presidents is Anthony Raditz, a guy whose name and number we'll be calling a lot on Thanksgiving, I'm sure, John.
Raditz is one of the leaders in Division IIA football and touchdown receptions right at the top there. He's had a great season for the Quincy High School. Randolph goes with the fake punt. And a flag is thrown on the play. They had a 4th down and 6. And they're going to call an illegal snap on the offense.
Yeah, in order to affect that play, the center fouled things up when he was holding the ball. And to be honest with you, I bought it hook, line, and sinker. I was watching the kicker, and I was about to proclaim that we've got another problem with a snap here. But they faked me out, John. It's good I'm not wearing blue today.
Well, they have had 3 or 4 bad snaps already in this game, so it certainly would have gone right in line with what's happened here today for the Blue Devils of Randolph. All right, well, they line up to punt once again. 4th down and 10 now. And kick is up. Raditz is going to field it.
Oh, he's got
his own 25-yard line, running to the left side, crosses the 40, over to the 45, and gets tripped up there and gets brought down at the Quincy High School 48-yard line. Nice return there by Anthony Raditz. You're going to see here on the replay, Jim.
Yeah, if you watch this replay, Raditz plays the ball very aggressively. You watch him, he's going to catch it, and he's ready to go. He's going to start up the left sideline. He has some room. Nice move there, and another nice cut. That's 3 tacklers he's evaded. And had he cleared this hurdle here, he had some open green space. So great run back by Anthony Raditz. Presidents with super field position again on this possession. They're going to start in their 48 with 2:20 to go in this first quarter.
Tim Lewis with a handoff over to the left side, across the 45, and we'll get brought down now at the 43-yard line. Nice run there by Tim Lewis for the Presidents, and it'll bring up now a second down and less than 1 to go.
You know, for our viewers, young and old, I love how Lewis holds the ball as he comes through that line. He's not going to fumble the ball, and no one's going to strip it from him. He's got 2 arms on the ball. He handles it very well, really protects extremely well, and that's one of the reasons why Tim Lewis has had a mistake-free season this year. Oh, nice little penetration by the Randolph linebacker, number 59.
Yeah, that was Joe Hubachek on the sack. Broke through the line of scrimmage there for the Presidents, and Hubachek came in and made the tackle. Peterson was going back to pass, looking for Rads downfield, but had no time to do so. So a loss there for the Presidents. Going to move them back, and now bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, I'm sure that Coach Reardon's going to be disappointed if with each offensive series the Presidents don't at least move the ball and pick up a couple of first downs. They don't have to score, but they should do better than, well, there's a little mental error.
So it's going to be called.
Looks like they might have gone with a running play, the way that the right tackle was firing off there. That was interesting.
So a false start called on the Presidents.
See if they change things up with the loss of yardage. It's going to be a 3rd and 13 instead of 3rd and 8 as well. But seeing number 63 fire out there, it looks like they were going to try to give the ball to Tim Lewis.
All right, Presidents line up 3 receivers to the left in the slot of Peterson. They're going to give it to Lewis this time. Running over to the 50, jumps over 2 men, crosses the 45, and gets brought
right
down.
There.
And
he's going to get the first down.
Yeah,
John.
looks like he's going to have the first down. Looks like they spot him at the 41-yard line, and that's going to move the chains for Quincy High School. So great run there by Tim Lewis.
Yeah, nice job by the left side of the line as well. Getting out there to lead the way was number 72, Taylor Radcliffe. Taylor is 6'3", 270, and he did a super job of leading the way. We're ticking down here. They may get one more play in.
Yeah, we're coming up
under
on
20 seconds. Sorry, John.
I was going to say the exact same thing, under 20 seconds to go. On that last play by Lewis, actually, we'll stay right here first. Zach Manning on the handoff gets it right up the middle to the 35-yard line. A nice gain there by the Presidents on first down. Real quick, that last run by Tim Lewis, he had to jump over 2 men at the 50-yard line. Otherwise, he would have been down. They would have been short of the first down. But Lewis made that happen. And then Zach Manning on that last carry will pick up 6 yards and bring down a 2nd down and 4. And that was the horn for the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, Quincy 13, Randolph yet to score.
You know, one of the interesting dynamics in play here that's going to affect things, I'm sure, is that both teams have very similar helmets and style. There are blue helmets, and it's the same hue of blue with a white face mask. And that creates problems for the quarterback, John. I think on one of those plays when Peterson was going back, you know, what he sees is he may not necessarily see a shirt. He saw a helmet, and you could tell he was kind of surprised to have someone in the backfield with him. I don't know if you'd recall this, but back in the early 80s, the Buffalo Bills changed their helmet style because there were 3 or 4 teams in the Eastern Conference of the AFC that all had the same color helmets. And that made me aware of that dynamic.
They all had white helmets, I believe. Was that they had the Bills, the Colts. They all had
Bills,
and
Colts,
the Patriots
Dolphins,
actually as well.
Patriots, yes.
Yeah, so they all had white
helmets with an insignia on the side.
Yep.
And I forget who the quarterback was for the Bills, but he complained that he was having trouble identifying his tight end, you know, on out on short receptions, you know, just beyond the defensive line area when he was in the middle of the field. And when you look at the helmets here, they're all very similar. That may create an interesting dynamic for the quarterbacks.
Well, I know Jim Kelly was part of that 83 draft, so it could have been him that might have sparked that change. Handoff goes to number 21 for Quincy High School, Ed Joliker, and the Blue Devils do a nice job of stuffing him behind the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a big loss. And it'll bring up now a 3rd down and long for the Presidents.
This is the marvelous thing I'll share with our viewers for working with a guy like John Caleri. You know, is it Sports World, Sports Night, Sports Universe? Where are you now?
Well, Sports Nights on QATV every other Monday.
I'll tell you. The guy is a walking digest. So.
Do you know who the pick right after Jim Kelly was?
Oh, I have no idea.
Tony Eason.
Tony Eason. Well, that's why. I blocked that out.
Yeah, I don't
that
blame
explains it. Yeah, yeah.
All right, 3rd down and 9 for the Presidents. And they're going to give it to
nice
Joliker. It was a nice fake. However, Randolph did not buy it. They came up and made the hit. Joliker was able to get 1, maybe 2 yards on that play. And I'll bring up 4th and long.
Yeah, Peterson got popped as well there. Not a bad thing. Now the special teams have to come out, and as I said, the key here today for Quincy is to get their reps in, use this almost, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to the young men from Randolph, but Quincy should be able to control this ball game and its outcome. So in that instance, you want to get some situations reviewed, make sure boys don't get injured, that they get out there and play hard, and here's an opportunity for the special teams to perform. Punting from the 40. You want to see if they can get the ball inside the 10. Nice high punt.
Nice high kick, as you said. Brian McGee bounces at the 5, continues to bounce, and great job there by Quincy High School, downing it at the 2-yard line. E.J. Lewis comes up and downs it, so nice job by the Presidents on that kick.
Yeah, McGee has been solid all year. He's been a terrific punter. And again, a guy we haven't mentioned at all this year, and we should have given him a little more credit. But number 44, John Parry, got out and made the nice snap. So good special teams, a strong point for the Presidents all year, and they perform very well here. So in the second quarter with 9:08 to go, Randolph is going to start in tough field position just inside their 2. Let's see how the defense does here, John.
All right, and before they get going, we have multiple flags on the play.
I don't think they have enough guys on the line.
Illegal substitution on the offense. 12 men in the formation. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Well, not a bad decision by Randolph, the way things are going. They're continually making adjustments. They're going to try and attack with 12 guys.
If you can get away with it, why not? But
yeah,
unfortunately, got caught that time.
I was looking at the backfield there, and I thought they didn't have enough men up on the line. But that's because they had an extra guy out in the field.
Handoff goes. And Quincy thinks they have a safety.
Yeah, normally it's very difficult there. If you watch the replay, the running back's going to get hit shortly after he gets the ball, but he does a good job of getting out just beyond. I think he put the nose of the ball when he fell.
Yeah.
Just beyond the goal line. So
it looks like they actually might have lost yardage on that play. So
yes,
they're probably on the 1-foot line right now.
Well, they started at the 2. They had the penalty, half the distance, and then that play. So you're right. And the blue shirts can smell blood here.
Handoff again. Actually, no, they're going to pass.
Fake.
Rolls out. And it goes incomplete. Was looking down the field at the 1st down marker for number 14, Michael Miranda, And Lopez's pass goes incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for Randolph at their own 1-yard line.
Yeah, they were looking in the same area as they had succeeded in the first quarter there. You recall the pass that got just out in the flat behind Raditz. Well, similar type play, but they failed to execute. Big 3rd down here, John.
All right, they're going to hand it off this time, and looks like they're going to get a yard or 2. Nice job there, though, by Sean Gray. Come up and fill that hole immediately. And they're going to get the ball up to about the 4-yard line. Randolph's going to be forced to punt.
You're right. Number 7, Sean Gray with the big hit there. The running back was just getting his legs under him, had a head of steam, and Gray stood him up and then got some assistance. Sean looks like he's a little dinged up after that, too. It's a guy who doesn't come off the field, but he's trying to shake off that hit. Raditz is inside the 40 of Randolph. He's about the 37-yard line, so Quincy should have spectacular field position here.
All Quincy comes with the house trying to block it. They cannot. Raditz is going to call for the fair catch. And a nice job by him at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, smart decision by Raditz. He's a senior, a poised guy, very capable. And you can tell that he knew what he was doing. It was a short kick. He knew the coverage would be on him. So he went up and he made the safe play. Presidents are going to start with great field position at the 27. So things continue to go in this first half with 7:29 to go, John. Very well from the President perspective.
Quincy on top 13-0 here at the stadium, playing against the Blue Devils of Randolph High School. I formation now for the Presidents. Quarterback Lance Peterson under center. Pitches it to the right to Joliker. He's going to cross the 30 and was trying to go for some more open space, but came up and making a nice tackle. It was Ricky Agbani, number 8 for Randolph.
Yeah, Joliker was following Jim Nguyen. I should say James Nguyen. I'm not sure what he goes by, but James, number 36, got outside, was doing a nice job of trying to free up things for Joliker, but when Joliker cut it back up, he got hit, and what do they give him?
They're saying it was a 2-yard gain, but however, a flag was thrown. It looks like the initial call was holding, but we're still waiting to see.
Yeah, we're having a little problem over on the sideline as well with the first down markers. I think they're getting that straightened out. I thought it was a little more than that. I thought it was about 4 yards. Where are they spotting the ball?
They have it spotted at the 26.
Okay.
Well, we're getting ready for the call down here. Look again. The initial call was a holding, but there's a lot more discussion happening. Initially, they were getting the chains fixed, but now the officials, are discussing placement of the ball.
The Presidents have huddled back at the 40. That's a sign of guilt right there. So they're looking for a big
Holding,
one.
number 17 offense. 10 yards from the end of the run. Repeat first down.
Okay.
So I believe that was the discussion to see exactly where the holding happened. So the ball's going to get moved back now to the 36-yard line. First down and 17 now for Quincy High School. Raditz goes in motion. Comes now into the slot. And off to Joliker, over to the left side. Breaks 3, crosses the 20, over to the 25, still on his feet to the 20, and just gets tripped up. He was trying to stay on his feet. Would have had plenty of open space, but Joliker does a nice run and picks up the first down.
Yeah, watch this replay. You got to watch Joliker here. He hits the hole. It just keeps driving. Now watch this. Watch the spin move. He just gets tripped up at the end. Super individual effort by Ed Joliker.
Agbani made that shoestring tackle. He was faked out with Joliker's spin, but he just got a hand on his foot to trip him up. So first down 10 now for Quincy High School at the 17-yard line. Joliker gets a handoff again, running up to the right side, spins again. Gets into the 15-yard line, and they're going to spot him at about the 12.
Yeah, I'll give him a nice 6-yard gain there. Good effort by Joliker again. This President line is firing on all cylinders, John. They're doing a great job of opening up holes out there. They're going, Lance Peterson's going left, then right, then left, then right. All 5 linemen firing off very well. We'll give you some names and give some of the credit here, but that time they went behind center Ryan Lally. Let me give you the right guard after this play.
Raditz lines up wide to the left, single coverage. They're going to go to him in the corner of the end zone and chalk up another touchdown. Peterson to Raditz.
Great job by Lance Peterson. Watch the connection here. There's Anthony Raditz being congratulated. Peterson with a great timing route. He's throwing it to the rear pylon. Raditz is there. Great job by Anthony. So the Presidents with a nice patient drive, a lot of running, and then they took their shot when they thought it was right, and the timing was right, as Anthony Raditz runs a go route to the left pylon, and the Presidents go on top 19-0. They're going to go for 2 here, John, which makes sense. And again, nice practice opportunity for the players. Help get them ready for Thanksgiving.
All right, line up with a full house backfield. Joliker, Lewis, and Gray in the backfield behind Peterson. Give it to Joliker, running over to the right side. Dives over one man, still fighting his way forward. And he's going to be just shy of the end zone for the two-point conversion.
Not for want of effort, however. Joliker just wouldn't go down. It took 4 guys to stop him. Great individual effort by Ed Joliker. So with 5:46 to go in the half, the Presidents stretch their lead to 19-0. And I'll tell you what, John, the guys in the white shirts from Randolph, they're kind of moving awfully slowly down on the field. They're really banged up here, and they're getting a little discouraged by what's going on in this first half.
That was a 12-yard touchdown pass from Peterson to Raditz, and when they came out to line up for the line of scrimmage, Peterson looked over at Raditz, saw that it had single coverage, and he knew right away that's where he was going. And we've seen that formation a lot of times here by Quincy High School during the year, and Anthony Raditz is deadly when he has single coverage on him.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. We talked about the battles of the number 22s, Jay and Nguyen. Quincy's Nguyen playing tonight in this first game. Matt Jay will be looking to cover Anthony Raditz when we play on Thanksgiving.
Kick's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by Randolph. Running up to the middle to the 30 now, up to the 35. And that's where they're going to spot the ball, actually at the 36, we'll call it. And that's where Randolph's going to take over.
Well, decent field position there for Randolph. I'm sure that Coach Bill Reardon would like to see the special teams a little crisper. They're using the squib kick just to take away return opportunities here, and they've been successful doing so. Let's see how the defense does, John. With 5:39 to go here in the first half, Presidents leading 19-0. Is this clock cam over here behind us, John?
It is clock cam sitting behind us.
All right. If the rain continues to hold up, we might have it for second half or the next game.
Lopez in the shotgun, hands off to Agbani. Joliker trying to get him down, and he does. Ed Joliker comes up and makes a great play for Quincy High School, and it's going to be a big loss.
I'll tell you what, Coach Reardon giving Joliker some time in the backfield. That got him all fired up. He's been, watch this replay, watch 21 come through, unassisted, makes the big tackle. Great job by Joliker. Coming in to assist him, but getting a handful of air was James Nguyen. So, great effort by Joliker. He was giving big number 31, Tim Lewis, a little rest there during that last series. And there's no letting up by number 21, Ed Joliker.
Again, Lopez in the shotgun. Looking back to pass, fires down the right sideline, has a man, and it is incomplete.
Wow.
Great job there by Quincy High School's James Wilbur to break that up.
Yeah, Wilbur did a super job. The senior, he got back there in super timing because that ball was delivered perfectly. The receiver was there, but Wilbur made the play on the ball. Perfect timing. No flag on the play. Nice job by James Wilbur. Why don't we run the replay real quickly? Randolph's still in the huddle. Watch this. The ball's lofted beautifully. And watch Wilbur at the end here. He times it perfectly. He adjusts, and just as the ball gets there, he breaks up the play.
Pass was intended for Michael Miranda of the Blue Devils. All right, third down and long. Lopez fires, and it is almost picked off by Quincy High School. Wilbur was over there, as well as number 87 for Quincy High School, Adams Jean-Baptiste.
Yeah, I think Jean-Baptiste was there for the interception. Wilbur in front of him didn't know that and was playing the ball. And so the President defense does a great job of shutting down Randolph on 3 straight plays, and now they will be forced to punt from inside their 30. Keep in mind, they started at the 36, and after 3 plays, a net loss of 7 yards. So great job by the President defense. Joliker, number 21, Coach Reardon recognizes he's going to ride the winning horse here. He's got him back with Raditz now, John, on punt return duties.
Got Raditz and Joliker on their own 35-yard line. And it's almost blocked there by Quincy High. Short punt. They're going to let it bounce. And it's going to take a Randolph bounce. Bounces at the 50, and it's going to go all the way down now to the Quincy High School 41-yard line.
Yeah, Mr. Special Teams, Adams John Baptiste, just missed that one. He did a terrific job of getting in there, just missed it, and fortuitously missed the kicker as well. Often on plays like that, John, when a player is that close, they'll get the punter. But Adam Jean Baptiste, who's been a terrific special teams player, did a great job of avoiding the punter on that play. So 4:23 to go as the Presidents take over on offense, John.
We've seen Jean Baptiste make several plays like that this year, just missing a block kick, and he's due for one pretty soon. 1st and 10 now for Quincy High School. Tim Lewis now with a carry over to the right side, and he almost broke free, but got tackled by number 40. That's Sean Merville for Randolph. Gets across the 50 into Randolph territory up to their 48.
Yeah, nice job there. Ryan Lally, number 53. Tony Nguyen, number 56. And big number 72, Taylor Radcliffe, out there blocking for Lewis.
So Lewis moves the chains for the Presidents. Ball at the Randolph 48. 4 minutes exactly left to go now in the half. Lewis to the left side now, crosses the 45, over up to the 40, and just gets brought down there. A nice hit and tackle by Bingham at Haddam for Randolph to save possibly another touchdown.
Yeah, that time Lewis went over the left side behind captain, left guard E.J. Lewis, who did a nice job of firing out and getting a good block to free up Lewis. And Tim with a nice gain. They're going to spot the ball at the 41. President's putting together a little drive here with 3:38 to go in the half.
Tim Lewis, 9 carries for 74 yards here in the first half, so he's having a good game. And Quincy High School all around is having a good game here. Want to remind all of our viewers, QATV will have coverage of the 76th annual Thanksgiving Day football game here on Thanksgiving morning between the Quincy High School Presidents and the North Quincy High School Red Raiders. And that game will be replayed on Thanksgiving afternoon. Log on to QATV's website for the replay information. If you can't get out to the stadium, QATV will have live audio coverage of the game, so you can tune in at 10 o'clock for live audio coverage on QATV Channel 8.
I'll tell you what, you really should make an effort, though, to get out here. I'm excited about this year's game, John. Although the records don't reflect it, I think it's going to be very evenly played, and it's going to be an exciting game, too. We've really enjoyed watching these two teams this year.
Yeah, both teams have been very successful. As you said, the records don't necessarily show, especially for Quincy High School. It's going to be a huge game on Thanksgiving morning. Nguyen on the carry over to the right side, crosses the 35. And we'll see where they mark him down. They mark him down at the 33. So a nice carry there by Ken Nguyen for the Presidents.
Yeah, and a great job of lead blocking by James Nguyen. And also over there was number 4, Mark Gilbody. They get out, and it's difficult for receivers to do this. But Nguyen got out and did a nice job of keeping the defensive back off of the running back there. He held his block very well, and very impressed by what the President offense has done in terms of their running game in this first half, John. Clock's running down. It's going to stop with this penalty.
12 men in the formation on offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
All right, Quincy's called for an illegal substitution, 12 men on the field. So we've seen each team get called for 2 men on the field on the offensive side.
Yeah, the referee stands behind the quarterback, and his job is to count the offensive players. So when you see a flag from the white hat before a snap, and we didn't see anyone moving because he also calls the procedure issues as well, you know you've got a problem.
All right, Ken Nguyen again on the carry. And he's going to get up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, the running back should tuck in his shirt because that's all that the Randolph tackler was able to get. Number 81, Chris Jackson for Randolph, grabbed hold of Kenny Nguyen's shirt and stretched it And it's now down around his ankles. So nice tackle there. And President drive stalling a bit here. It's 2nd and 13. We're coming down under 2 minutes. They're at the 35. So they're going to have to start being a little clock sensitive here, John, if they want to get in the end zone.
Quincy 130 yards rushing so far on the day.
Nice
Take a handoff. Gilbody's wide open behind everyone. He catches it at the 10-5. Touchdown, Presidents. Wide open was Mark Gilbody. Got behind everyone, and he punches it in. A 35-yard touchdown pass for Quincy High School.
Yeah, you got to be happy for Gilbody. He's been laboring in the trenches all game. And as you said, he got wide open back there. If you watch the replay, and I compliment Peterson. Watch Peterson here on the left of your screen. He takes his time, lays it out there. Look at that. He's 10 yards behind the defensive back. And good job by Mark Gilbody and the Presidents. They punch it in. It's 25-0 here with 1:49 to go in the half. Looks like they're going to kick this one.
Peterson, you have to give some credit to on that. When you see a wide-open guy like that, you don't want to overshoot him or underthrow him, and he threw a perfect strike to Gilbody.
Absolutely correct on that one, John.
All right, looks like the ball was partially tipped, but it still goes through, so Mark Gilbody gets the extra point, and Quincy High School has a 26-0 lead.
Yeah, after you put the hex on him, you put the Danny Jackson hex on Mark Gilbody, complimenting him greatly on his first point after. The second one he missed, and this one was a little bit of an adventure. The strong-legged number 4, though, does not get discouraged and keeps banging away. And we'll see if he doesn't get a field goal opportunity in today's game, because on Thanksgiving, every point's going to count, and we may see Gilbody, as you said, he's capable from 30 yards or so out. We may see that as a factor on Thanksgiving Day, John. So it's 26-0 as the Presidents line up to kick off with 1:49 to go in the first half, John.
This is the first game of doubleheader here tonight at the stadium. Following this game, North Quincy will take on Silver Lake on the Patriot Bowl weekend.
Yeah, they'll have to keep the Snickers bars coming, John.
Kickoff's going to be fielded by Randolph at their own 10-yard line. Crosses the 20 over to the right side, stays on his feet. And look, it was Adams Jean-Baptiste. He's going to get an assist on that tackle. On the return was Ricky Igbani. And Baptiste got a hand on him to hold him up for the rest of the Presidents come down.
Yeah, Baptiste made the first hit, as you said. And the tackle was made by Pat Fernandez, another senior. So great job by the President's special teams.
So Igbani gets up to the 20-yard line. So we first down 10 for the Blue Devils at their own 20. 1:41 left to go in the first half. Randolph comes to the line. Quarterback leading the way. Christian Lopez, number 12. In the shotgun, trying to direct some traffic for his team. Has Trips Chivas to the right. Igbani's next to him in the backfield. Quincy coming with the pressure. Joliker's over there. Joliker's going to get credit for another sack.
Joliker, Gray, Lewis, and Radcliffe all in there. No options for the Randolph quarterback. Watch the replay. You're going to see a sea of blue here. There's Radcliffe chasing him out of the pocket. Joliker gets to him. Gray over there to contain, as was Lewis. So
Radcliffe needs a lot of credit there as well. As you said, flushing him out of the pocket and into the hands of Joliker.
Yeah. Presidents, this is exactly what they needed as far as a tune-up for Thanksgiving Day goes, John. Now, hopefully in the second half, they'll be able to get some other guys some time. And, you know, that can be a factor. Quincy is not a team with a lot of depth. They've had their starters going both ways the whole way in a lot of games. So, guys, we're down. Here's an opportunity in the event of an injury on Thanksgiving to give someone some time and experience and get them ready. Wow, that running play just got stuffed.
Yeah, handoff went to Igbani, and Radcliffe was up there, Fernandez, Gray, and a whole bunch of other Presidents. James Nguyen in there as well.
Igbani's slow to get up. I hope he's okay. He's having a hard time walking it off. I'm not quite sure what happened, but he doesn't want to come out. Now they send someone in for him.
So under a minute now to go in the first half. It's going to be 3rd down and about 22 for Randolph.
You got a coat with you today, or
do I have a
coat? For the weather,
yeah, it's getting, just as you say that, certainly a brisk air has come into the stadium right now.
Yeah, the temperature, there's no wind, but the temperature has dropped a bit as the sun went down. It's going to be very foggy conditions. They predicted fog tonight, and it's just going to be an interesting evening here at Veterans Stadium. One thing they did say, it's going to be very humid, and the boys got to keep drinking their water and stay hydrated to avoid cramping issues. Clock ticking now. Looks like Randolph's going to just stay in the huddle. We're under 10 seconds, and they're just going to stay in the huddle and take it to the locker room, John. We just got a report. It's currently 56 degrees with 93% humidity here at Veterans Stadium, thanks to Chris Potter in the truck.
And I think that 56 degrees was probably the temperature about 10 minutes ago, because it certainly dropped a few degrees since then. Well, anyway, as you see the players running off the field, we're at the half. Quincy 26, Randolph 0. Well, we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back in a moment with second half coverage. Welcome back, everyone, to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're at the half. Quincy's on top of Randolph by a score of 26-0. Quincy High School pretty much dominated the entire first half right from the get-go. The only shining moment that Randolph had was on the opening kickoff. They went with an onside kick and fooled Quincy with that. Randolph was able to recover it. However, the next play, everything turned sour for there from Randolph. They had a bad snap, and an interception was thrown, and Quincy took over. Quincy High School, their scoring play, Zach Manning had a 23-yard touchdown run. Tim Lewis, a 9-yard touchdown run. Anthony Rask had a 12-yard touchdown pass from Peterson, and Peterson got on the board again, another touchdown pass, this time 35 yards to find Mark Gilbody.
Yeah, I have to say that Coach Reardon had to be delighted in the locker room. I'm sure that the talk to the boys focused on maintaining their intensity. When you're up 26-0, that's hard to do, especially the way the Presidents dominated things, but as I said, Coach Reardon wants to use this as a tune-up for Thanksgiving Day, and the Quincy boys, at least for the first half, have certainly done everything that he could have hoped for. Martin Dunham has given us a fairly thorough... Now, hold on, Sean. Shouldn't Quincy should be receiving here.
No, the opening kickoff was when Randolph had the onside kick.
Oh, that's right. Quincy,
yep.
I beg your pardon. That's right. But our time of possession, relatively even. Quincy 10:54. Randolph actually had the ball for 11 minutes and 6 seconds. They didn't do much with it, however. Their net yardage was 5 yards of total offense in the half. Got to improve on that, John, if you're a Randolph.
That was a short kick, and Randolph's going to take it up to their own 46-yard line. So that's where Randolph will begin this second half at their own 46, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, we see, looks like that the starters are going to be out at least for the first few series. And so we'll see the Quincy Presidents A squad, at least to start things out here, John.
High formation now for Randolph. They're going to hand it off to the fullback, and met immediately there by several Quincy High School players. And look like getting the first hit there for Quincy High School is number 55. That is Derek Andrews.
Yeah, not just the first hit, but a really solid one. What a connection he made there. He stood up the ball carrier, and the Randolph offense continues to sputter, John. As we said, their net for the first half was 5 yards. With that 1 yard loss, they're now down to 4 yards of total offense for the game.
All right, so loss of 1 on the play. And the President's defensive line comes up and makes another nice stop there. Good pressure to get them through. And it's going to be no gain for Randolph. So 3rd down and 11 now for the Blue Devils. Back to pass, looking downfield to the right side, and broken up, coming
job.
over for Quincy High School at the last second to break it up was Nosy Agugo.
Yeah, Agugo timed his leap perfectly, knocked that ball away. So the defense does it again, John. It's going to be 3 and out for the Randolph offense, and the Presidents should get decent field position here with Randolph punting from their own 45-yard line. Back for the Presidents, you're going to have Raditz and Ed Joliker. Let's see what they do.
Randolph a little slow to get out of the huddle.
Randolph's just slow, period. Right now, they're a very deflated group, John. Very deflated. You can see it in all the body English out there.
And they're switching up now. Looks like
quarterback.
Christian Lopez going to pass it, and incomplete. And I would be surprised if we have a flag, and we do. Yeah, it's going to be a pass interference play on Quincy High School.
I don't know about that call.
Yeah, it looked like to me
I want to see the replay here. Kenny Nguyen timed that perfectly.
Looked like he might have got there just a little bit before the ball got there.
Pass interference.
All right, so pass interference is the call, and we'll see the replay now.
They're going to try to cue it up. Let's hear the call again. See if they give a number.
Okay. Pass interference on the defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Well, that's a shame. I hope it wasn't a call on Nguyen. I thought he played that perfectly. Oh, here it is on the replay. Well, would have had to have been Nguyen. I don't see that, John.
All right, well, they're trying to set up a screen. They get over now to number 8, Igbani. And the screen didn't work, but the pass attempt did work. So they're able to move it over and get across the 50 up to the Quincy High 45-yard line.
Yeah, great pressure again by the Presidents. Lewis was in there on the quarterback, and he was joined by Zach Manning. They just missed a big sack. Going to be 2nd and 1 for Randolph. I'm sorry, it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Randolph. And looks like Randolph's going to call a timeout. A little confusion here.
Actually, I think a flag was thrown.
Oh, is this another?
Yeah, false start's going to be called
Okay.
on Randolph. So a 5-yard penalty.
I'm going to harp on this play, even though that's not, not the way to do things. But Kenny Nguyen came in low on the coverage, and the ball was thrown high. And I just think that the timing on that was such that Nguyen made the play cleanly, but because of the dynamic of him being low and the ball high, that unfortunately they made the penalty call there.
Igbani gets the handoff over to the right side, and he's going to get up now to the Quincy High School 47-yard line.
Mr. Igbani is going to be enjoying the Thanksgiving break. I'll tell you, or the break up to Thanksgiving. I don't know who Randolph plays on Turkey Day.
They're playing Bridgewater Raynham on Turkey Day.
Okay. Well, he is getting all banged up today. Bridgewater Raynham, they're in the old Colony League, right?
They are, yes.
It's a tough matchup for Randolph. Wow.
I believe that's the first year that they've played BR. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's a first-year matchup. All right, another screen over to the left side. Bonnie has her over to the 30-yard line. It gets brought down now, but a big gain there for Randolph. Agugo on the tackle. Randolph will get up to the 30-yard line, and they move the chains. Big gain there on a 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, nice job by Ricky Agbani. If you watch the replay, he finally gets some green space in front of him. He's going to go out in the flat, catch the ball. He's got blockers and green space, and watch him go. Gets up ahead of steam. Nice run. Good tackle there by the Presidents. Now back to live action. Randolph at the 30.
Our hands going to go down to number 24, Jason Toussaint. 2 flags thrown on the play. He gets over to about the 30. It would be no gain. We'll see what the flags are.
From where we're seeing them, it's going to say a holding call, and that's the preliminary signal.
Yeah, flags were thrown by the referee and also the umpire.
Holding, number 69 offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Yeah, the referee in the white hat, he lines up in the backfield behind the quarterback. The umpire has got a tough job. He normally lines up behind the linebackers. He's right in the middle of all the action. He's in there watching for holding penalties and the like. And the two of them threw flags pretty much simultaneously.
So 1st and 20 now for the Blue Devils. And a huge hit there. Sean Gray came in and laid a huge hit. Also looked like it was E.J. Lewis in there, but Gray came in and just laid out the ball carrier.
Yeah, watch this replay and watch this hit. Here's the handoff. Now watch. He's going to go backwards now. Bang. What a hit.
Both the captains for Quincy High School making that play. And E.J. Lewis put a pretty big hit on the ball carrier too, but Sean Gray put the exclamation point on it for the Presidents.
John, it is 2nd and 21 for Randolph. Just when they got things going, they got a little bit of wind in the offensive sails. They're going backwards again here as the President defense tightens up.
Right, back to pass, looking downfield for receiver, has a man and is picked off. Oh no, wow. Unbelievable play there by Agugwo. He went up there and almost came down, but would have been an unbelievable pick.
Watch this play. What athleticism by Gozi Agugwo. Watch this. He gets up, he grabs it, and now watch what happens as he goes down. He hits the ground violently. A super play by Agugwo. There's a highlight reel right there, John. The other highlight reel would be me pronouncing his name, regrettably, and I apologize for that. We'll have to find out for Thanksgiving Day. I think we have the Agugwo part down well, but Gozi deserves better than he's getting from the booth here.
Christian Lopez, the quarterback for the Blue Devils, went back to pass and was looking for Christopher Jackson. Pass goes incomplete. So it'll be 4th down and 20+ now for the Blue Devils.
Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, a decision we certainly understand. You're at a place in the field where it'd be a net of 20 yards if they were to punt it, you know, assuming that it might get into the end zone. So there's no real value in the punt. When you're down 26-0, try to make something happen. You got to respect the Randolph coaching staff. One other thing, if you look at the top of the screen there, you see the Randolph boys all lined up. One thing I will give Randolph credit for, John, is it's definitely a disciplined group. They're hanging in there. Nice coverage over the middle.
Again, coming up with the coverage of Agugwo. Breaks up that pass, was intended for Yemi Aho. So nice job there by Agugwo, coming up with several key plays on that drive.
Absolutely correct. Playing really tough defense out there as Randolph goes to the air game. But I was saying that the Randolph sideline, the boys have been very disciplined. And you see little signs here that the coaching staff is doing the little things well. And they have a lot of underclassmen on this team, and we'll look for Randolph to be one of the teams that in the Patriot League over the next few years becomes more of a threat. They're having a tough season this year, and fortuitously, Quincy is keeping it that way.
Tim Lewis on the carry, breaks 3 from 2 tacklers and gets up now to the 50-yard line. And it'll be just shy of a 1st down, gain of 9 on 1st down for the Presidents.
Yeah, nice 9-yard plus run by Lewis. You're correct, John. Got it out just over the 50. clock moving. We've got clock cam going there. Coming up on 6 minutes. Nice job by John Caleri at halftime. You're not only talent in the booth, huh, John?
Got my workout in at halftime to get that up and running.
Yeah, that's right. While I was back here in the booth eating Snickers bars.
All right, pitch goes to the left to Lewis. He's got the first down and more, and he'll get into deep, well, not super deep, but deep into Randolph territory. You'll see where they mark him up at the 43.
Going to be a first down. They're going to move the chains. So, President offense out there. You see Kenny Nguyen going in, and Ed Joliker.
So first down and 10 for the Presidents. Ball at the Randolph 43-yard line. As you can see now, 5 minutes, 24 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And Nguyen was actually under center for that one. Hands it off to Joliker to the right side. And he's going to get up to the 40-yard line, gain of 3.
Yeah, a little variation on that Wildcat theory there. And looks like Nguyen's going to stay with it here. Is Lance Peterson? Yep, Lance Peterson's over on the sideline. So it is not a variation on the Wildcat theory. It's number 22, Kenny Nguyen, a defensive back, a guy we love, who's only a, well, no, he's a junior. And he's in a quarterback now for the Presidents. Exciting times for Kenny, I'm sure.
Trips receivers to the right. Joliker gets a handoff over to the left side. And nice job by Randolph sniffing out that play and bring down Joliker for a gain of only 1. Getting over there for Randolph was Chris Samuel.
I don't know if they're going to unleash Nguyen here and see if he can't throw something. Number 2, Brian McGee comes in. He's a receiver. Tight end Pat Fernandez coming out, so who knows? Let's see if Bill Reardon doesn't give Nguyen a chance to go to the air here.
First game of doubleheader here at the stadium tonight. Quincy versus Randolph, and game number 2 will be North Quincy versus Silver Lake. All right, so Quincy comes up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 6. Nguyen still under center, I formation behind him. McGee's in the slot to the left. Raditz is wide right. Take the handoff, rolling out, looking, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for Zach Manning.
Yeah, just missed the connection there. Nguyen on the run, rolling out, trying to deliver to Manning. And his first attempt passing goes errant, and the Presidents will punt. This has been a strong suit all year for the Presidents, John, the kicking game. McGee in. Last time he punted, they pinned Randolph back inside their 2. They have an opportunity to do the same here on this play.
And McGee gets a nice high kickoff. Bounces at the 15-yard line. And Gilboy's going to down it at the 17-yard line. That's where Randall's going to take over with 3:26 left to go in the third quarter.
Another nice snap by Parry. Good punt by McGee. Did not get the friendly bounce this time. And so Randolph's going to take over, as you said, John, at their 22. I beg your pardon, their 17. And we've got 3:25 to go in this third quarter. Looks like Lance Peterson may be getting a rest here now, which, smart thing. You don't want to see anyone get injured. And as I said, I believe Coach Reardon's going to try to rotate some players in. We see some new numbers in there now, actually.
All right, Jason Toussaint on the carry for the Blue Devils. And he's going to get up to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 7 now for Randolph.
Yeah, a couple of the guys we see in there now that we have not seen in there earlier. Number 20, Tom Lowry is in. I see number 60, Aldo Valena. So that's just 2 of the guys, and we'll, as we identify others, we'll pass the names along to you. Over on the left defensive end spot, number 83, James Wilbur. No, we've talked about him. Made some nice plays in the first half.
All right, back to pass over to the left, and it is caught. Kyle Spearin on the reception for Randolph, and they're going to move the chains.
Yeah, well-designed play. They got him out in the flat. That was Lowry who made the tackle. We were just talking about him. So if you watch the replay, all they do is they just release the guy off the line. He comes across behind the linebackers. And nice job by Lowry. And you see him take a shot at the football there. Good job by Lowry trying to force a turnover, John.
All right, another passing play. Trying to roll out is Lopez, and he decides to throw it. Gets a huge hit on there, and then we're going to have a flag thrown on that hit. Looks like it might be a late hit on the quarterback. And Lopez is slow to get up after that hit.
Yeah, he's staying down, the poor kid. He's been tough as nails all game. Really good pops. He's got the helmet off now. He's trying to breathe. Let's see what happens. I don't know if we have a replay here. We'll see what the call is. Good job. We should mention, John, I think we may have earlier, but the one camera, Grace Busher, doing a terrific job again, yet again, as she always does. Here's a close-up of the official. Yep, personal foul against Quincy. She's panned the field well to catch all the action, giving us close-ups so we feel like we're on top of it. And it's a great job by Grace. We're going to go to the replay if we can and see the hit on the quarterback. You're going to see him roll out here. Feel the pressure. Let's see what happens. There's Joliker getting after him. Oh, yeah, that's well after. That's unfortunate. We are happy that the blue shirt went off the screen after making the hit, but that was well late, and he really got his bell rung. We'll hope he gets back into the game.
We'll go down to the call for the actual penalty.
Here it comes.
I know. During the play, personal foul, number 58 on the defense, targeting to the helmet. 15-yard penalty added on, first down.
That was one thing I was going to say. It looked like he might have put his helmet forward there and a helmet-to-helmet collision there as well. And they're really trying to cut that down in all levels of football, from the pros right down to high school.
So what do they do? Give him 10 for the personal foul?
I believe it's a 15-yard penalty.
15 on top of it?
I believe the penalty was a 15-yard penalty, so I'm not sure.
Oh, all right. No, they did it from the end of the play. I
Correct.
beg your pardon. I'm thinking of where the quarterback got hit, but it was from the end of the play.
All right, Jason Toussaint on the run there for Randolph. And they're going to get up to now the Quincy High School 26-yard line.
That's the type of mistake you don't want to see happen in a game like this. The boys have to learn that they've got to be alert here, and while you're lining a guy up like that, especially if it's a quarterback, if he does get rid of the ball, you've got to pull up. So a very regrettable penalty by the Presidents puts the defense back up inside the 30 at about the 26. We have clock cam running down on the third quarter. This may be the last play of the quarter, the way Randolph operates. They definitely take their time, John.
Yeah, a little slow getting out of the huddle and up to the line of scrimmage. All right, new quarterback is Kyle Spearin, and he has no option but to go down after the big hit. And it's going to be a loss of play there on Randolph. Nice job there by the Quincy High School Presidents.
If you watch the replay, you're going to see that Quincy just brings the house after the quarterback, and they got terrific penetration, gang tackling all the way there.
Looked like making the initial pressure was number 17, Pat Fernandez, for the Presidents. And then the rest of the defense came up to finish off the quarterback, Spearin.
Looks like they're going to try to get a playoff. I don't think there's any awareness whatsoever of where we are clockwise. Nope, there is. The quarterback's aware, and He's walking to the sideline.
Yeah, he looked over to Joe Cotton, the head coach for Randolph, and he said, no, let's start walking back down the other end of the field. So that is the end of the third quarter. Quincy High School 26, Randolph still 0.
A bit of a Pyrrhic victory for Randolph. They held Quincy scoreless that quarter. What's the time of possession, Martin, if we could, for the third quarter? I would think that it would favor Randolph. Randolph had the ball for 8 minutes that quarter. Quincy for 3. Thanks. Good job by Martin Dunham, as you said. He's been in the booth all year for us as a statistician.
We mentioned a couple times. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, we mentioned a couple times here today that is the Patriot Bowl weekend. 3 sites are being used for the Patriot Bowl weekend right here in Quincy. Quincy versus Randolph, and again, Silver Lake versus North coming up next. Game going on right now in Scituate is Hingham versus Middleborough. And then following that game will be Scituate versus Rockland. Then tomorrow, which is Saturday, November 15th, Whitman-Hanson versus Pembroke. And the championship game, Duxbury versus Hanover. Winner of that game will determine who goes to the MIAA playoffs. All right, back to pass, and it's picked off there by Quincy High School. Brian Repetto with the pick. So nice job by Repetto to step in front of the receiver and get the INT.
Brian Repetto, a 5'10", 175-pound junior. We have not talked much about him this year, but watch the replay as he steps right in, reading the quarterback perfectly, makes a great reception, runs into his own guy, Pat Fernandez there. Otherwise, he had some real green space and some blockers out in front. So a great job for Brian Repetto there. Got to give him credit. And he got an opportunity, took full advantage, Sean.
Want to remind all of our viewers, coming up on Thanksgiving Day, this is going to be the last game for both teams here tonight at the stadium before Thanksgiving morning between Quincy High School and North Quincy High School, the 76th edition of that matchup. Tune in to QATV for replays of the game on Thanksgiving afternoon. You can log on to our website at www.qatv.org for when the Thanksgiving matchup will be replayed. Try to come on down to the stadium. It's going to be a fantastic game this year between the Red Raiders and the Presidents. Both teams coming out ready to fire, and North Quincy is trying to break that Quincy High School winning streak on Thanksgiving morning as well.
Yeah, the past several years, one of the teams or the other has been kind of, up, down, or all around, not really doing that well. But both teams this year have performed admirably, and they've played exciting football. And I can't say enough how much I believe that this Thanksgiving Day game is going to be a special one. So I do hope you come out. It should be exciting football at Veterans Stadium.
All right, Nguyen still the quarterback, and he's going to hand the ball off over to the left side. It's going to be a gain of 1 or 2. Looks like number 35 was on the carry, Jesse Collins for the Presidents.
Yeah, 2 guys from Randolph are down. They're getting up awfully slowly. One of them may not make it up. There was a big collision there on the tackle. As Grace Busher pans away, you can see the light stanchion, the little fog bank around it. It's hard for our cameras, just the way a camera aperture works, to really catch all the fog that's in the stadium right now. But there's another shot, and you get just a flavor for it. It's starting to thicken up a bit. Should be interesting when the Red Raiders come out here after this game.
Yeah, the last game we covered here at the stadium as well, Fog moved in last week between the North Quincy and Middleborough game. Fog moved in as well, and became a little bit tough towards the end of the game. It looked like it was going to be breaking up, and then it came right back in. And same thing here today. Later as the game's going on, more fog is rolling in.
This is where the venue that is Veterans Stadium comes into play. It's just the all-turf surface, great place to play. Oh, there's a strip.
And ball's loose, and it looks like Quincy recovered it. Still no signal, though. Adams Jean-Baptiste was over there for the Presidents to try to jump on that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. He left the ball a bit exposed as he went down on it, though, and there's a young man from Randolph who got in there and got his hands on it as well. So, and it looks like I think they're going to give it to Randolph. They do. When Adams Jean-Baptiste jumped on the ball, he kind of left it exposed, John. He was trying to recover the fumble with his arms, and as a result, a young man from Randolph just Jumps right on top of it, and he made the recovery. I hope Adams is okay. He's coming off a little slowly. He's the safety. So hopefully they've got some personnel here who can step up in Jean-Baptiste's absence here. He's going to get checked out quickly. He's kind of favoring his left arm.
So Randall's going to take over deep in Quincy territory at their 23-yard line. First down and 10.
First threat by Randolph of the game, John.
All right, nice pass, and it's complete over to Yemi Aho. And it's going to be up to about the 16-yard line for Randolph. New quarterback in, Kyle Spear, makes the completion.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I prefer Jeff Hennessy's pronunciation of Yemi's name to yours. Number 88, Yemi Aho, on that play. He got in behind the linebackers there. 7-yard reception. So Randolph trying to make something happen here on the 16 with 9:30 to go in the game, John.
Glad you took the short road on that one, Jim, and went for the easy second completion on that one. All right, pass goes into the end zone and is broken up there by Quincy High School. Looked like getting over there was Jordan Cardosa, number 23 for the Presidents.
Yeah, nice job by Jordan. You got to give him credit. He was right there. He's only a sophomore, 5'6" sophomore, but he timed his leap perfectly, broke up the play. There was no hesitation on his part. He did exactly what the coaching staff would have him do. He got in there, knocked the ball down, didn't try to do too much with it. He's protecting the end zone, so great play there. And now Randolph's looking at a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, looks like Spear's going to keep it himself right up the middle.
Get it.
And he's going to get up to the 10-yard line and easily has the first down for Randolph.
So Randolph knocking on the door here. They're threatening with about 9 minutes to go here in the game. And keep in mind, the score at the half, 26-0. The score right now, 26-0. I'm sure that Coach Reardon's going to talk to the boys about the fact that they have been outplayed a bit in this second half, not a development he wanted to see. So defense has to step up here, John. Try to keep Randolph out of the end zone. Going to be 1st and goal.
From the 10, Spearing back to pass. Fires over the middle, to the right side, and it is complete. Looked like on the catch was Ricky Agbani.
Yeah, they try to float Agbani out there, and he was open. However, President saw that all the way, and they snuffed that play out for a no-gainer. Going to be 2nd and 10 with 8:20 and running in the game. What does QATV got planned for a between games meal here in the doubleheader? I hope that the on-air talent's going to be appropriately treated, John.
Well, hopefully down the truck they're taking care of that right now, making plans for us. All right, Spear's going to keep it himself yet again, and he's going to move up to the 6th, call it the 5-yard line now. So it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 5 for Randolph. Quincy trying to hold them off.
I'm doing what I can to maintain the strong timbre of my voice and to keep up with insightful play-by-play analysis, but my blood sugar is dropping, John. So let's
one of the new shows on QATV, Into the Frying Pan, produced and hosted by Barbara Isola.
That's a favorite. I'm actually...
She did lobster tail the other day, so I don't know if that's going to be down the truck waiting for us or not. But
well, I'm in the quay there. I'm going to do desserts with her, a cheesecake, believe it or not, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm lined up. That's going to be a highlight reel show.
All right, Spearman fakes it, and it's going to go incomplete. Pass was intended for Jason Toussaint.
Yeah, the defense there provided by Aldo Valena. He was all over the quarterback, and as a result, the errant pass is unsuccessful. So great job by Aldo and the President defense. They're holding firm here. Randolph with a 4th and goal from the 5. They're going to go for it. No surprise here. Looks like they're going to get a timeout.
All right, and you are correct. The Blue Devils will call a timeout with 7:11 left to go in the 4th quarter. Quincy 26, Randolph nothing. Randolph is in the Fisher division of the Patriot League. Right now, their record is 2-6. They were 0-5 in the division. Hanover was on top of that division. Last week, Hanover played Rockland. Middleborough played North Quincy. All teams, all those 4 teams, they were all 3-1. Hanover was able to defeat Rockland, and if North Quincy had beat Middleborough, they would have been in the championship game tomorrow night against Duxbury. However, North Quincy came out on the short end of the stick on that one, losing that game 16-13, sending Hanover to the championship game.
How kind of you to remind us, John. Where'd you go to high school?
You know, either it was a very exciting season in the Patriot League.
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned the game that the North Quincy game. Not too often do you see 4 teams, all 3-1 in the division, all fighting for a league championship, especially at the last game of the season.
Yeah, 4 out of 6 teams in the Fisher division had a shot. Final game of the regular season. That is terrific stuff. That's NFL style. What the heck is the term they use in the NFL for their goal, the way they set up the draft and everything? I can't. I'll think of it.
I'm not sure where you're going with that one.
You threw me off here talking about Bar by Sola's show.
Thinking of that cheesecake you'll be making pretty soon,
Right.
huh? All right, Igbani gets the handoff over to the left. One man to beat.
Gonna get in.
And he goes into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Nice run there by rookie Igbani. Ran to the corner and was able to beat the 2 men that he was following him to punch it in for 6.
Yeah, you could see if you watch this replay, he got a head of steam up, and no one was going to stop Igbani from getting to that pylon. You can see it's just him out there being chased gallantly by number 20 for the Presidents, Tom Lowry. But Igbani's got that first-class speed, and he gets it into the end zone.
All right, Piers Randolph's going to go for 2 points now.
Parity. That's it. Parity. That was the big buzzword in the NFL. They wanted to have all the teams competing every Sunday.
And trying to dive in for the end zone
Came
with
up
the
short.
2 points was the quarterback, Kyle Spearman. He cannot. So 26-6 is going to be our score with 7:04 left to go in the game. Parity is a huge thing in the NFL this year, especially in the AFC East. All 4 teams are right in a bunch together.
Right in the hunt.
Even in the NFC East as well. So a lot of teams are around like that. A lot of teams at 6-3 and 5-4 this year in the NFL altogether.
Right. Well, that's where I was going with things earlier, John, when I was trying to recall the word. The Keenan division, I beg your pardon, the Fisher division of the Patriot League had great parity this season. Martin Dunham letting us know that Randolph, after 5 yards of total offense in the first half, they have now they're now at 83 yards of total offense after the recent drives here. So great job by Randolph of reviving things offensively. Give credit to the coaching staff and the boys for hanging in there. Quincy ready for an onside-er.
And
that was really well executed.
It certainly was. They formed a wall right around the ball. Randolph recovers the onside kick.
That, I'd love to see a replay on that one. The Randolph guys escorted the ball down the field, and as soon as it crossed the 50, they jumped on it. A terrifically well executed onside kick, and something for the Quincy coaching staff to look at and work on. Something for the Red Raider coaching staff, which we know they're here scouting. Something for them to be aware of as well, the vulnerability to the onside kick. So with just under 7 minutes to go, Randolph on the attack again.
Our handoff goes now to Toussaint. And he's going to get across the 45 up to the Quincy High School 42-yard line.
Jordan Cardoza on the tackle, a sophomore, John. Did a nice job of very solidly getting out there and making the tackle. He's a sophomore safety back there. They've swung number 83, who had been at the safety spot, James Wilbur, up. He's playing defensive back spot. Oh, wow.
Tommy Nguyen, the carry for Randolph. And looks like he's going to pick up the first down, and he does. They move the chains, so Randolph continues to move the ball here in the fourth quarter.
Brian Repetto sticking his hat in there to make the stop, but boy, did he take a shot on that one. So good job of being alert by the coaching staff. They're going to get him out and give him a little break. He really got popped on that tackle. Tell you, I can't say enough good things about Coach Reardon and his coaching staff, John. How they handle themselves on the sidelines. You can see a lot in how they interact with the young men on the field. And they've just done a very impressive job. The record belies the real success of this Quincy program this year, John.
They're going to go reverse now. Toussaint has it. Cuts up a seam, has some more room up to the 25, cuts back up to the middle, and then will get tackled at the 21-yard line. Nice run there by number 24, Jason Toussaint, for the Blue Devils.
Randolph trying to mix it up just a little bit there. They went with a double reverse. They had some blockers out there. Well-designed play, well executed. What I like is the coaching staff. They're sticking with the guys who are out there. They're trying to get them to execute a little better, keep working with them.
Five minutes left to go now in the ball game. Quincy on top, 26-6.
We've got the bus yard off to our left completely full with buses as the, I don't know if that's the Red Raiders or Silver Lake arriving. I can't see on the, it's North Quincy's here for their game.
And pass goes up, and it's going to be picked off by Stephon Davis at the 10-yard line. Still on his feet, takes a big hit there, but continues to run the ball, and finally gets brought down at the 18-yard line. Stephon Davis comes up with a big play for the Presidents.
Well, great stuff there. The President defense, a little outgunned for part of the drive. They do a great job of forcing an errant pass. Stephon Davis picks it off and runs it back just outside the 15.
And
a personal foul on Randolph at the end of the play. After the penalty, we'll catch the replay here, but great job by the President defense, and the President offense will take over with 4:25 to go now. Here's the call.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, number 75 of Randolph. It'll be a 15 yards added on, first down.
Well, let's take a look at the replay of the interception by Stephon Davis.
You see the ball go errantly off as the quarterback was pressured. Davis picks it off, and off he goes. Great job by the President defense.
All right, just as Quincy was coming to the line of scrimmage to snap the ball, a timeout is called on the field by Randolph.
Getting a quick 30-second timeout just to make an adjustment in personnel, it appears. They're going to get a guy in to play in the line. I think it's a new body here, young man who has not played too much yet in the game. So some fresh legs coming in for Randolph. Yep, this young man, only a freshman coming into play. So
Our handoff goes over to number 35 for Quincy High School, Jesse Collins. And he's going to get up to the 40-yard line. Nice run by Collins on first down. And they'll bring him a second down and 3 to go.
Good job by both coaches, John, of recognizing the realities here as the clock runs down. We're under 4 minutes. It's 26-6. Both coaches taking an opportunity to get some players in. Randolph called that timeout so they could get a freshman lineman in. And this guy looks like a prospect. We'll tell you about him now. David Fry, 6 foot, 250-pound freshman. Remember that name, David Fry from Randolph.
All right, Collins again with the carry over to the left side, and he's going to get hit, but he picks up the first down. We'll get up to the 46-yard line. Should also mention the new quarterback for Quincy High School is number 10, Kevin Rhodes, the junior.
Nice job by Mr. Rhodes here of trying to run things down. The Presidents pick up a first down. As we said, they got the ball with 4:20 to go, and the goal in that situation is to see if they can't run the clock down. I don't know if there's a locker room for the Red Raiders to go to. They're heading into the locker room area, but Randolph's in the locker room too. Let's see what happens. All right, here come the Presidents.
High formation, and it's going to be handed off to number 44, John Parry. And great run there by Parry. He's going to be right by the first down marker, just be about a half-yard shy of the first down.
Parry, a guy we talked about, he's a key player on special teams. He's the snapper, their long snapper. And now they're bringing him in the backfield, giving him some snaps as a fullback. He's the up guy, and he took the quick handoff. And as you said, he picked up 8 on his first carry.
2:20 left to go in the ball game. Parry gets the carry once again, has some open space, picks up the first down, and just gets stumbled up a little bit. Otherwise, he had some more green space to run with. But he crosses the 40 and will get up now to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Parry. And the Presidents, the clock running down, that's the key. We're now under 2 minutes. 1:55 to go in the ball game, John.
They actually say his knee was down at the 39. Either way, great run by John Parry. Parry's going to go over to the left side slot now. Collins in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff over to the 40, puts his head down, and nice job by him to pick up the 3 extra yards on that run up to the 35-yard line, and a late flag is thrown.
Yeah, and the key here is number 35 for the Presidents, very alertly staying in bounds. Nice job by Jesse Collins, who's a junior.
There's going to be a personal foul against Quincy High School.
No, that's disappointing. There's no reason when you have the game in the bag like this and you're trying to run out the clock for a young man to pick up a personal foul. Got to be more disciplined than that.
Quincy High School, 206 yards of total offense. Randolph right now at 111 total yards. So
83 of them, though, John, on that last drive.
Yeah,
so.
they've done a lot in the second half.
Yeah, not just the last drive, but President defense was absolutely dominating today. And we shouldn't lose sight of that fact as the Red Raiders work to run down the clock. Presidents, rather, work to run down the clock. Quincy has had an outstanding outing today.
All right, quarterback Kevin Rhodes hands it off now for Quincy High School over to Jesse Collins. And Collins is going to be unable to get any positive yardage on the play. He's going to lose 1. Coming over for Randolph was David Fife, the man we talked about.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That was that. David Fry, the man we talked about, made the tackle for him, for Randolph, excuse me.
Yeah, Quincy has played well in all segments of the game here today. And, pardon me, they're ending it a little slowly, but that's in an attempt to get some young guys who haven't seen time out there. And shouldn't take away from the fact that they had a very convincing 26-6 win here against Randolph, John.
Parry gets the carry one more time, and he's going to cross the 50 and get into Randolph territory up to the 49. However, that should be the last play of the game as we're at 17 seconds left to go now.
Yeah, Coach Reardon telling his quarterback, you're all set. Let's just wait here. He's getting the boys to ready themselves to line up. So great job in their first Patriot Bowl tournament game. The Presidents with a very convincing 26-6 win over Randolph.
Well, we want to thank all of our crew here today at Veterans Memorial Stadium to help make this game possible. This is a first game of back-to-back games, and all these people are going to be helping us out with both games, so we appreciate that. On camera here tonight, we had Grace Busher. Down in the truck helping out, we had John Mercurio on graphics, Glenn Busher on audio. Our director was Chris Potter. Up here in the booth helping Jim and I was Martin Dunham, our statistician, and our executive producer, Elizabeth Campbell. And also, we want to thank Bill Early for showing up here today for the first game as well. So I want to thank all of our crew here today. Quincy High School, with this victory, goes to 4-6 on the season. Randolph is going to drop to 2-7. So Quincy High School comes out with a big victory here. Their next game is going to be on Thanksgiving morning against North Quincy High School. And Randolph, they're going to be traveling to Bridgewater Raynham on Thanksgiving. So once again, final score here, 26-6 for Jim Timmons. My name is Jonathan Calleri. We want to thank you for watching this edition of QATV Sports. We'll see you next time.